Hey guys, it's Carbon Tea. So today is the 28th of August. It was my birthday, by the way. It's my birthday on Sunday the 19th. I was 19, which is sort of a coincidence because I was born on the 19th. Now the next time that's going to happen, so when I was 8, it was, August, the 8th month. Now I'm 19 on the 19th. The next time this is going to happen is when I'm 93 because I was born in 93. So I've got a while to go before that happens again. But it was fun all the same. I got some weights from my sister because she's making a point about how pathetic I am. So I'm going to get her a treadmill for her birthday. I got some money, obviously. I got the Olympic Games opening ceremony program, which leads me directly onto the next point of this vlog, the Olympic Games, which of course I've not done a vlog during, which is a bit silly. I should have really done that. And I've regrettably not got tickets to go, which is, again, quite disappointing. But I am supporting my home nation with, this Union Jack bedspread. Yeah. I spent about £600 or so, well, now about £1,000 or so, on the Olympic Games merchandise. I bought so much shit, I don't really know why. But the one thing I do like, hang on, bear with. Hang on, you'll love this. Well, I love it anyway, it's great. It is a wallet, right, okay, with the Team GB logo on the front, and inside, oh yeah, it's the Union Jack, yeah, you love it, I love it, it's great, it's my favourite thing, well my second favourite thing, which leads me directly onto my next point, which is, obviously, the Paralympic Games start tomorrow, and finish on the 9th of September, I think they finish on the 9th, and I bought myself, a half-size exact replica of the Olympic torch this year. It set me back £500, half of which I borrowed from my mother. But it's so exciting, and it comes in like a display stand and certificate of authentication. Try saying that when you're drunk. And it's £500, and it's like solid silver and gold plated, which is quite nice. It's quite an expensive item to have, and I've decided it's an investment because the next time London has the Olympics in 2096 or whatever, we will mark my words on that. By the way, 2096, is that even a multiple of 4? I cannot be bothered to work that out because I'd have to write it down. But anyway, next time London has the Olympics, it will be pretty amazing because it will be quite worth quite a lot of money, I reckon. I really want one of the actual torches, the full length. I think they are 90. Oh, hang on. They're 78 centimetres long, the real ones. That can't be right. Pretty much a metre long, I reckon, actually. Which is quite long and obviously quite heavy. And they are £2,500, so I'm not getting one of them. I think that's a bit ludicrous, really. I'm not spending £2,500 on something that big. It would be lush to have one, but unfortunately I just cannot afford that for the rest of my life ever. So instead I bought this half-size replica for £500, which is obviously a lot cheaper. Not cheaper, just less ludicrously expensive, although still quite sort of a bit ludicrously expensive. So that should be arriving hopefully while the Paralympic Games are still on, because it'd be a bit awkward if it's arrived like after everything's done and they've dismantled the whole stadium brick by irreplaceable brick. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that arriving. So that's the next big thing. I've also ordered a mini-size Olympic torch lighter, which is pretty cool as well, which is 20 quid. I don't know why I buy these things, I just buy them, and then I realise I've got no money left to last me the rest of the month. But anyway, there's that. So those are the things that I bought. I've got no money to buy anything else, which leads me directly on to my next point. I cannot buy the replacement part for the front of my phone, which I have smashed to pieces. I wish I could show you, but it would just end up, I can't. I can't do that because the camera's on the phone. There's a giant crack down the centre of the screen, and also I've lost my home button because I broke it. Well, I broke someone else's and had to replace it with mine. So now my phone is broken, and I had to use the digital home button for the accessibility disabled people. And it's not very nice having to use that. I do pity them. And that leads me directly onto my next point as well. I cut my finger on the glass, and it was quite a heavy cut, and it bled for quite a while, and here was a plaster, a little tiny little thing where I cut myself, which is quite entertaining. It was quite painful at the time, and I was sort of like, ow, that hurts, mummy. Only she wasn't here, so I had to do it all by myself. I had to go and wash it and cover up my boo-boo with this hench plaster. I wish I'd used one of those really big square ones that you get, but I didn't have any. On to an irrelevant point this time. I've been buying books and shit on my iPad and reading them, mainly books, not so much of the shit. And while I was on holiday, I went to Florida. I told you that, you watched the video. While I was there, I started and stopped, not finished, but stopped reading 50 Shades of Grey. Now, if you've ever not picked it up, don't, because it's not worth it. If you even pick it up, it's a waste of your life. It is one of the most shocking books that I've ever read. It is just filled with sex and lust and more sex and a bit more lust and lots of oh my's. She says oh my. I actually did a search, because you can do this on your iPad. You can search with what words like come up where and how often they repeat themselves. And I searched oh my, and I think it comes up 256 times in the book. And there are on my iPad 400 pages. So that's once every 2 pages she goes oh my. And also they murmur like something like 74 times, which doesn't sound that many, but when you go, oh my, I murmured. Oh, why are you saying that? He murmured. It's a bit awkward when it's like two times in a row. Why is everyone murmuring? I wonder how they struggle to even hear each other over all the murmuring that goes on in that book. I mean, they have nothing to say to each other, only just, oh my. If I murmured throughout this whole video, hi, it's Carpenter here. Just calling to let you know. I mean, it's annoying. Stop it. Stop murmuring. Just talk normally. Sometimes people say things. I mean, do you remember those lessons in school where you're told to never say said when you're writing stories? Never say said. Always say replied or questioned or acquisitioned or spoke or murmured. So you get taught never say said, but actually sometimes people do just say things, so you have to say said because they just said it. They didn't say it precariously or they didn't murmur it. They just said it. They just said, oh my. Only no one actually says that these days because that's a stupid thing to say. People say shit or fuck or shitting tits or something like that, you know. So I apologise all of the elderly audience watching this. So I read that and it's not really very good. There's a bit where I don't know if I can go into too much detail on YouTube, so I won't. But I can't even say it. It makes me shudder. I can't even look you in the eye when I talk about it. It's that disgusting. But it makes me want to vomit. And reading it is like, am I actually reading this? Has this been published? Or is this some sort of sleazy novel porn off the internet? It's actually a book for sale. 50 Shades of Grey. Go and not buy it. Go and out there and look at it on WH Smith's and don't buy it because it's a waste of your money. And I wish I'd not spent, I think it was $7.99 on it because it is a waste. And the worst thing is it's faster selling than Harry Potter, which is of course epic. Everyone knows that. It's and also my mum wrote a book, Thanks for Nothing, Nick Maxwell, and that's not sold as well as this book has, and it's definitely better because there's actually a storyline to it as well as some sex. I've got to be honest, there is some sex in it, but there's also a storyline to it, and it's also a comedy, and no one murmurs. No one actually murmurs in this book, which is obviously fantastic because murmuring sucks. So if you ever murmur to someone, don't, because I'm going to come around there and slap you. And also don't read the book, because it's shocking. I think that's pretty much it, actually. I've gone on for 8 minutes now, and 6 seconds, 7, 8. So I don't really know what else to say, other than, you know, support the Paralympic Games by buying shit. Have you noticed, by the way, just one last point before I go, that the Olympic torch relay around the UK was 80 days long and featured 8,000 runners and 8,000 torches and 8,000 miles. And the Paralympic torch relay lasted 24 hours and had, I think it was 5 runners and obviously 5 torches. And I think that's a bit shocking. And they've even extinguished the flame now for the Olympic Games, even though there's still some Paralympic. I mean, surely the Paralympic Games are just as important. Why do they not deserve an Olympic flame or Paralympic flame? And also, the way that they're lighting the Paralympic flame is they're going up to some mountains and striking flint against steel. Nothing coming from Athens. Athens have nothing to do with it. They're like, no, I'm not taking part in that. I'm not doing those Paralympics. But you've got, obviously, the Paralympics still going ahead and the rest of the world competing in the Paralympics. And Greece or Athens are saying, no, sorry, actually, we're not going to give you the flame for this one because it's not as important as the Olympics. It is kind of still as important. They're still human beings, you know. It's a bit weird, I think. I think someone should address this and do something about it and make it more equal. Why don't they just incorporate the two? Make it, rather than having 2 weeks of Olympics and then a 2-week break and then 2 weeks of Paralympics, just have the whole fucking thing as one of 4 weeks of sports. And sometimes they are in wheelchairs and sometimes they're on their feet, you know. Blind football, though, sounds amazing. The whole audience has to be quiet. A stadium of 8,000 people or 80,000 people has to be silent. And they have a bell in the ball so that the blind people can tell where it is. It sounds epic. I really want to watch it. It'd be really interesting to watch. But I mean, they should just incorporate the two, really. Also, this is Tom Daly. I met him. If you're on my Facebook, go and have a look. It's my profile picture. I was so pleased. And that's pretty much it from me. I think that's it. I've sort of run myself out of my face now. I've got nothing else to say. It's gone on for 10 minutes. Shit. Anyway, I shall see you when I get my torch and I'll show it to you because it'll be so exciting. Love you, bye.